A loud noise woke me up. I live alone and haven't given my parents a key, so the only person who would be able to get in so easily is the person who was my roommate until just recently. Come to think of it, they still have a copy of the key, huh? It took me long enough to realize. During the few weeks they'd been gone, I'd had my hands full accepting the fact of their absence, so I hadn't gotten around to checking what they took and what they left behind. Been a while. You're back. Morning. I wasn't sure how to greet them, so even though I was completely awake, I kept my eyes closed and didn't move. I had been thinking with my eyes closed about what to say, but at some point my consciousness gathered in my ears. It's probably them making the sounds I'm hearing. I think it is. It must be. But the possibility that it's a thief, a burglar, isn't zero. It's probably them. That's my thought, but something feels off. Is it really my ex-roommate? The sounds are so grating. Bang, boom, gong, thud. All noises with hard consonants. Thud thud thud, gong gong gong, boom boom boom, gree gree gree. These are totally different from their usual noises, the ones I'm familiar with. Their noises were softer, more polite. Their daily life didn't include such hard sounds. Not boom, but thoom. Not thud thud thud, but thump thump thump. Light, gentle, friendly. They always delivered pleasant sounds to my ears, never harsh noises like these. It must be someone else. It has to be. The one in my room isn't them. I can't open my eyes, but they won't be here. It must be my mother in my room right now. She must have negotiated with the building manager to get the door open. Or it could be someone I don't know trespassing. Then I should just keep pretending to be asleep. If it's my mom, she'll eventually come in and wake me up by force if necessary. And if it's a criminal, the idea of fighting them face to face is too scary. If they have a knife or something, I'll have no chance of winning. If it's a thief, surely they'll just take what they want and leave, not go out of their way to harm the occupant. Instead of accidentally provoking them, it'll be safer for me to wait it out pretending to be asleep. Oh? But what if they steal something important? Something that would be a problem for me if they took it. My bank book would be fine, I guess, as long as I contact the bank right away. My favorite clothes have gotten raggedy lately, since I've worn them to death, so I don't think a thief would bother with them. And they weren't even that expensive to begin with. My phone would suck. I don't want my phone to get stolen. There's too much data packed into that thing. I feel like I'd have a mess on my hands if that got taken. What else? What's important to me? Something so important I can't let it get stolen. That was about all that came to mind. So I felt like I was being alerted to what a boring person I was. And the inside of my mouth felt gritty, somehow. And awfully bitter. To be honest, there's something else I thought of, but admitting it would be super irritating, so I'll deny it with all my might. Then the sounds suddenly stopped. I waited 5 seconds, and then 10, but there weren't any sounds. Has the person in my house gone off somewhere? It had been about 30 seconds since the noises stopped. It may not have been a minute yet, but my bodily sense was that it had been an extremely long time. If the someone is already gone, then, if it was a burglar, I need to call the police right away. Is it okay to open my eyes now? It must be by now, right? I'm scared, but I can't stay like this forever. On 3. Eek. What do you mean, peek? You don't have to react like you've seen a monster. The moment I opened my eyes, they met another person's. Standing next to my bed looking down at me was my ex-roommate. The person who I thought it might be, and had then thought, no, it must not be them, was standing there as if melted into my daily life just like before. I had been trying to decide between been a while, you're back, and morning, but what ended up coming out, of all things, was eek. The next thing I said wasn't either of those 3 lines, either. Why? No other words came out, and I just lay there dazed, looking up at my ex-roommate. I just remembered the saying about how a bird doesn't foul its nest when it leaves and thought, oh yeah, I basically just left. I had the key, so I thought that if I was coming to give it back, I could also tidy things up here. So I guess you're back, but have been the wrong thing to say. It wasn't as if they were back. They just stopped by. And they didn't have even the slightest intention of actually coming back. You didn't have to come while I was asleep. That's freaky. Ah ha ha. Sorry. I thought it might be better not to see each other. But then I also thought it would be lousy to come in and leave without saying anything. So I decided to aim for while you were asleep. You could have just gotten in touch while I was awake and come over like a normal person. I mean, I doubt normal would work. The superficial grin on their face that had been there till a moment ago faded. How did it end up like this? Again. If I said it right now, aloud, I'm sure they would say the same things they said in the note they left the day they took off. It's probably my fault, they had said. Probably. It's probably not just one of us who was in the wrong, but both. I was probably part of the problem. The reason the two of us couldn't keep going. There hadn't been any specific reason our relationship ended, but we couldn't keep going. Since there wasn't a clear cause, it probably wasn't just one thing, and solving something or improving it would be pointless. It's not as if I hate you or something, I just feel shitty. The note had gone on to say how it was probably their fault. When I saw it, I felt strangely satisfied. Because I had the same sense. You're back. The words came out in spite of myself as I sat up. The most inappropriate of the three possibilities I had come up with, even though I had already thought I was glad I didn't say it. But these words didn't have any deep meaning. They just senselessly spilled out. You're back. They were words I had said countless times. I'm not coming back, I was told, their expression somewhat put out, the slightly gentle yet bitter smile returning to their face. I know. Oh? The conversation trailed off, and for a little while we just looked at each other's faces in silence. When I finally looked away, I realized what all the noise had been earlier. The room, the look of the room, had changed a lot. What's going on? Oh? You noticed. I changed the layout. Why would you do that? If they were coming back, if they were someone who had no connection to life in this place, then there shouldn't have been any reason they needed a layout change. I mentioned how a bird doesn't foul its nest, right? Well, after I packed up all my stuff, something was bothering me, that the atmosphere of our life together still remained. So I started to think maybe it would be better to erase any trace of it. That's why I decided to move the furniture around and change the atmosphere of the room. I mean, you can move things however you like after this, but at least for now, you know. It really was different. The room had a new face. It was no longer the space we had stayed in together. When thinking about what I wouldn't want to get taken, the thing that had come to mind unbidden was traces of my roommate. It wasn't some unknown thief who appeared, but I sure got cleaned out. If it had been a real thief, I doubt everything would have been erased so brilliantly. How ironic. It was crazy noisy. Did the floor get scratched up? Is everything okay? I'm pretty sure it's fine. You were making noises I never imagined I'd hear from you. I was freaking out thinking it was a thief or something. Ah ha ha. Sorry. I came without telling you. Barton and changed the layout, but I didn't want to leave without saying anything, so I made a racket on purpose to wake you up. I didn't want to be like, wake up, and touch you. I see. Another silence. The one who broke it was them. Well, here you go. They suddenly tossed the key to me. Unable to catch it, I let it fall. When I got out of bed to pick it up, the next words dropped from behind me. Moving so many things kicked up a lot of dust, so I think the place needs a good clean, but hopefully I can leave that to you. Anyhow, sorry. Take care. When I looked up, all I could see was my ex-roommate's back, and they left without turning around or stopping. Cough. Whether from the dust, or something else, I coughed. In order to let some fresh air in, I opened the curtains and then the window. the morning light streamed in, and the dust reflecting it sparkled like something beautiful. Except it's dust. Left alone, I stretched. I needed to get changed and do the cleaning. Apparently it was my job to deal the finishing blow to those last traces.